I think that financial wellness is one of those things that we could all agree on. Why wouldn't I want to be financially well? Why wouldn't I want people I care about to be financially well as an employer? Why wouldn't I want my employees to be financially well? It's a great idea, but it just falls absolutely flat in practice. So the idea, financial wellness, awesome. The application of financial wellness, total crap. Doesn't work. Ineffective. I can't say enough bad things about the actual practice of it. And it's more so the problem I have is that it's been co-opted. It's been greenwashed. It's we sell 401k, we're putting a 401k in place, and we have financial wellness. It's just not it. I think that a better way to think about financial wellness, just to sort of reframe it a little bit and talk about what I really believe it to be, is financial peace of mind. There's a lot of people out there, smaller than the other group, but there are a lot of people out there who are really interested in money, in finance, in investing. There's a lot of people out there that trade stocks and trade foreign exchange and want to flip houses, and they just are really interested in money. But from a percentage standpoint, those people, it's a very, 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 very small percentage of people. The majority of people, overwhelming majority of people, the vast majority of people out there don't want to think about money really that often, but they for sure want to stop worrying about it all the time. So that's what I think financial wellness really is, and what we should make the goal of. If you work in personal finance, if you help people with money, your goal ought to be, how can I help the people that I'm serving be financially secure? How can I help the people that I'm serving enjoy financial peace of mind? Knowing that my affairs are in order, that the things that I'm doing, my odds of actually achieving those and accomplishing those goals through those actions are aligned. Here's what I want, here's what I'm doing, and those two things will eventually meet. That's what the goal should be. Let's really strip everything away and make it pretty simple. So it's immensely valuable. What got me thinking about this is I actually, first and foremost, my wife, bless her soul, she sent me an article. She works in human resources, and she talked about the article she sent me was how financial stuff, financial wellness, financial literacy, whatever term you want to use, it's one of the most requested employee benefits that are out there. So the appetite is there. The need is unquestionably there. People want it, they need it, and there's this behemoth of an industry that says they're doing it, but they're not really doing anything at all. So that's what I'm interested in talking about today. This is directed towards people who want to help their loved ones become financially well, and it's directed towards organizations. If you're a leader within an organization and you care for your employees and you want to help them to become financially successful, and in so doing, help your organization to be more financially successful, I will give you resources to be able to do that. So the symptoms that there is a problem, the symptoms of the problem are everywhere. 2/3 of us live in paycheck to paycheck. 77% of us are stressed out about money. The average American credit card debt going up, up, up. It's around $6,000 or $7,000, depending on the demographic that you're looking at. The majority of us overwhelmingly have very little money saved. We don't have enough money to cover minor emergencies. And therefore, the next thing that I looked at was a Wall Street Journal article that just came out within the last couple of days, the beginning of February of 2023, talking about how the number of hardship withdrawals, 401ks, is going up. So in the private sector, ordinary companies, the amount of hardship withdrawals has increased 25% since last year. Public sector, so government type employees, up 50% from last year. So these are all just signs that we are unwell financially. These are the symptoms of what I believe to be the greater problem. Do you remember the movie, The Social Network? Love the movie, great movie. It's this great scene, and it depicts or puts a narrative spin on the creation of Facebook. In the movie, the Mark Zuckerberg character is being deposed, and the Winklevoss twins and a couple of other folks are claiming that they are the founders of Facebook and that Mark Zuckerberg stole their idea and created it. And Mark Zuckerberg, super annoyed. He's not paying attention. He's super irritated. And he finally sort of loses it. And he says, if you were the inventors of Facebook, then you would have invented Facebook. What's that got to do with this? Well, if big financial companies, if big banks were capable of helping people to become financially successful, then they would have been helping people to become financially successful. Dun, dun, dun. So that's the problem, is that we're getting our financial advice from the providers of financial products. Would you take your health advice from a McDonald's employee? Would you take your health advice from a pharmaceutical employee? I hope not, to either one of those things. Please don't. Please don't take your nutrition advice from the folks at McDonald's. And don't take your overall health advice from the good folks at Pfizer or any of the other ones. You get the idea. So think about it like that. You're like, oh yeah, misaligned incentives. Misaligned incentives. This really doesn't make a lot of sense. So, have you ever sat in on one of the sessions that big financial companies or big banks provide on financial wellness? Have you ever checked one out? They're not very good. Spoiler alert. They're vapid. They're ineffective. They're boilerplated. They lack any substance. They lack any character. They lack any entertainment value. They are just not very good. They're checking boxes. Now, is that because these are terrible people? No. I'm sure that there's plenty of wonderful human beings that are financial professionals at big financial companies. The reality is there are robust compliance departments at every one of these financial firms. There are literal build floors on very, very, very tall skyscrapers in very, very big cities, full of attorneys who are working, because that's their job, to nitpick every little thing that you say. And certainly, if you were to ask one of these people a question about what should I do? What should I do in my situation? They're like, oh, we can't offer you financial advice. Well, that's weird. Aren't you isn't your job to help me become financially well? Isn't it your job to help me with my money and my finances? But you can't comment or help me to actually help me with my finances or with my money? It's a little bit strange to me. Doesn't really make a lot of sense. And then set aside those good people who just find themselves in a tough situation. There's also a bunch of bad people who are more interested in checking a box and say, yep, took care of the financial wellness for XYZ customer client this year. And then they go about, collecting big fees and doing whatever else that they're doing. Reality is, hard problems require hard work to solve. Another reality is, it's awfully hard to roll up French cuffs with cufflinks. It's tough to roll those up to do hard work. You don't want to get your tie too dirty. And for all of our lady professionals out there who are financial professionals falling into this category, whatever your clothes are, it's tough to, you just don't want to get those dirty either. So a lot of things stand in the way of that are preventing the current offering, the current iteration of what we consider to be financial wellness from actually helping people to be financially well. But those are a couple of them. Symptoms are people don't have any money. We're broke. We're drawing in credit card debt. We're not saving any money. We're taking out hardship withdrawals from our 401ks. And a lot of the reason for that is you're getting crap advice. You're getting crap information. And that's because you're getting your advice and your information and your guidance and your literacy training and everything else from the provider of the actual financial product. So it's not shocking that it's not working out quite as well as potentially you would like it to be. So there are really what I consider to be 5 things that if you focus on, this is easy, doesn't require immense expertise. But I think first and foremost, let me take a step back. That in order for financial stuff to be absorbed by somebody, it has to be given by somebody that they can identify with. So some yahoo in a really, really expensive suit talking about some crap that nobody understands, like asset allocation and the right diversification and risk tolerance and large cap mutual funds and this, that, and the other thing. I don't think that really moves the needle. Obviously, it doesn't. The only time that I'm able to connect with people, or one of the reasons I'm normally able to connect with people, is because I lead with the fact that I have made most of the worst decisions, or I've made a lot of the work, I've made all the bad financial decisions. Fortunately, I've also made a lot of really good financial decisions. But my 20s were littered with terrible financial decision making. And I'm perfectly comfortable telling people that because it's true, but it also makes me relatable. People say, okay, yeah, this guy or this gal, I can identify with them. They're a human being. We're talking about stuff that we have a lot of shame over. People carry a lot of shame around money. It's confusing. It's a lot. It's intimidating. And I'd rather just not deal with it. I've got a lot on my plate. I'm going to put this stuff off. I'll worry about it later. The other thing about money is that it's really time sensitive. So when I do have the opportunity, when you're putting somebody in front of your employees to motivate them, to inspire them, to make changes, to make difficult changes, to look at hard things, this person better be able to meet them where they are, better be able to connect with them in a human way. To say, wherever you're at, it's okay, but let's put a plan together for getting you to where you want to go. That's the trick. Do I believe that this person has my best interest in mind? Can they help me to get on the path to success? It's essential. And here's the 5 things. Number 1 is we need to help people get a handle on their cash flow. These are all simple. These are all fundamental things. This is not secret knowledge. By no means. You need to help people get a handle on their cash flow. And most people, this was me in my 20s, have no idea how much money we make. We have no idea how much we spend. We don't really know how much debt we have. We don't know the value of our assets. So we need to know that. We need to consistently be tracking all of our financial transactions. Pretty simple, simple thing to fix, not necessarily easy to make a habit out of doing that. Number 2 is we have to have a budget. I have to have a plan for my money. That's all a budget is a plan for your money. Budget will tell me if I'm on track. Am I on track to meet the goals that I've set for myself? Or am I behind? Both are equally valuable. If I know that I'm doing great, awesome. Keep it going. If I know I'm behind, okay, it's an opportunity for me to change gears. For me to mix things up a little bit or to shift, change what I'm doing. I have to have a budget. Number 3 is debt. Not debt management, it's debt elimination. We need to have a plan for getting you out of credit card debt. Credit card debt is the worst. It is a burden. It crushes us. It keeps us stuck. When I'm stuck in credit card debt, I am at best treading water. At worst, I'm sliding backwards into more credit card debt. When I'm treading water, I'm not moving ahead financially. I'm not proactively pursuing my most important financial goals and objectives. Financial peace of mind, Financial security is far away from me. So I need a plan getting out of credit card debt. Number 3, cash on hand. That people are having to pull money out of their 401k plans early is clear evidence, and it's not a surprise that they don't have any other money. It's the most fundamental thing, and here's how much you need. You need 6 months worth of expenses saved up. And I don't say that casually. I know it's a lot of money. It will be hard to do that. I tell you this, once you have that, you will have financial peace of mind. I have no control over what happens to me. I don't know what's going to happen to the stock market. I don't know what's going to happen to my health. I don't know. I just don't have any idea. I don't have control. But I can position myself for success. And having an emergency fund, which a fully funded emergency fund is 6 months worth of expenses in cash. That's financial peace of mind. When I have that, I can let the tension fall out of my shoulders. And that allows me to focus on what I really want to focus on. If at that point I want to really get into money and learn all about the market, great. Let's go. More often than not, more commonly, I want to focus on other stuff. I want to play pickleball. I want to just spend time with my family. I want to learn Spanish, whatever. This will allow you to do that. And then finally, the 5th thing is then we want to create beneficial financial habits. And in order to do that, we need to address your financial beliefs. We need to really spend a lot of time actually writing down our goals for what we want. And then we need to figure out what our values are. And when we do that, think about beliefs are who you are, goals are what you want, habits are what you do. So we line those up, we are positioned for success. I think that's a pretty awesome thing right there. So, all right. So those are the key areas that I really encourage you to focus on as you're developing your financial wellness program. And then think about, how do we actually deliver this thing? There's 3 different ways that I think are really, really, really important. Number 1 is you need to make, or I encourage you, you need to make independent learning opportunities available. So people like autonomy. I want to be able to choose how to pursue these things. Okay. So you can make online courses available to them. You can find all these things for free online. You can find great videos on cash flow management, on budgeting, on getting out of debt, on saving up at your emergency fund, on goal setting. You can find YouTube videos on all of those that are free. Make those available to your team. And then I really encourage you to find some resource that will give them live or in person the ability to interact with somebody who can actually answer their questions. So somebody like financial coaching of some kind, just some kind of a resource like that, where somebody can say, you know what, I'm stuck on this thing. Should I be contributing to my 401k pre-tax, or should I be doing it after tax, like traditional versus Roth? Should I be doing a college savings plan for my kid? What makes the most sense? Or I'm stuck on this budgeting thing. What do you think I should do? So invaluable to be able to get that kind of resource. And then take advantage of your wonderful community. You have a built-in community within your company. So put in place some opportunities to be working together on things. And it doesn't always need to be money stuff. You can have community initiatives like a wellness committee of some kind that can focus on healthy eating and exercise and mental health and relational health, and certainly financial wellness can be one of these things. And there's different things that you can be focused on, and you can link all these things together. Think about, just as an example, having an opportunity to, as a company, everybody brings their lunch in, and maybe you do it one day a week to get started, or maybe you do it Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday, and you all eat lunch together, or you do some kind of a potluck. That's an opportunity for you to save money, because it costs a lot less money to bring your lunch to work versus going out to eat for lunch. So that's an opportunity right there to check off a couple of boxes of eating more nutritious food, That's more controllable when you bring your own food in. And obviously from a financial standpoint, an opportunity to be saving some money there. So lots of opportunities to do that. And I just really want to revisit this whole thing, is really focus on on financial peace of mind, helping people to find financial peace of mind. There's a personal case for that and a business case. The cost of employees that are not doing well financially is enormous. It's something like $250 billion a year. Maybe it's higher than that. At that level, it's just sort of monopoly money. But I don't know how much it's costing your company. It's costing your company something. And then from a personal standpoint, from a human standpoint, the more you can help your employees become financially secure, that's going to strengthen their family, their interpersonal communicate, or their family relationships, their personal relationships. Behind infidelity, financial matters are the number 2 cause of divorce in America. So, and it just causes stress. You know that. I think we all know that. Financial problems are super stressful. So there's so many different compelling reasons for pursuing a financial wellness program. There's a business case for it. There's a personal case for it. I think it's fundamentally the right thing to do, but there's a lot of wrong ways to do it. And don't take somebody's word for it that just because they say, oh, we offer financial wellness. Well, okay. Do you, or is it just some nonsense that isn't actually going to help anybody or get anybody anywhere? It's just a rubber stamp. So thanks for the time. Would love to connect with you on it. If you have any questions, I'm always thrilled to do that. My contact information is not hard to find. You can find me at georgegrumbacher.com. Happy to reach out, or rather, I'd be happy if you reached out, and I'd be happy to connect with you. Do your part by doing your best.